National Service Training Program Module. Bill of Rights. Section number 1. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. Section number 2. The right of the people to be secure in their person, house, papers, and effects against unreasonable research and resource of whatever nature and for any purpose shall be inviolable, and no research warrant or warrant of arrest shall issue except upon probable cause to be determined personally by the judge after examination under oath or affirmation of the complainant and the witness he may produce, in particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Section number 3. Number 1. The privacy of communication and correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful or other order of the court, or when public safety or order requires otherwise as prescribed by law. Number 2. Any evidence obtained in the violation of this or the preceding section shall be inadmissible for any purpose in any proceeding. Section number 4. No law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or of the press or right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. Section number 5. No law shall be made respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The free exercise, the enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference, shall forever be allowed. No religious shall be required for the exercise of civil of political rights. Section number 6. The liberty of abode and of changing the sum within the limits prescribed by law shall not be implied except upon law ordered of the court. Neither shall the right to travel be impaired except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by law. Section number 7. The right of the people to information on matters of public concerns shall be recognized. Access to official records and to documents and papers pertaining to official acts, transaction, or decision, as well as to government research data used as basis for policy development shall be afforded the citizen subject to such limitation as may provide by law. Section number 8. The right of the people, including those employed in the public and private sectors, to form unions, associations, or societies for purpose not contrary to law shall not to be abridged. Section number 9. Private property shall not be taken for public use without just compensation. Section number 10. No law impairing the obligation of contracts shall be passed. Section number 11. Free access to the courts and quasi-judicial bodies and adequate legal assistance shall not be denied to any person by reason of poverty. Section number 12, number 1. Any person under investigation for the commission of an offense shall have the right to be informed of his right to remain silent and to have competent and independent counsel previably of his own choice. If the person cannot afford the service of counsel, he must be provided with one. The rights cannot be waived except in writing and in the presence of counsel. Number 2. No torture, force, violence, threat, intimidation, or any other means which violate the free will shall be used against him. Secret detention, place, solitary, incommunicado, or other similar forms of detention are prohibited. Number 3. Any confession or admission obtained by violation of this or section 17 hereof shall be inadmissible in evidence against him. Number 4. The law shall provide for penal and civil sanction of violation of this section as well as compensation to and rehabilitation of victims of torture similar practice and their families. Section number 13. All persons except those charged with offense punishable by reclusion perpetuum when evidence of guilt is strong shall before conviction be bailable by sufficient securities or be released on recognizance as may be provided by law. The right to the bail shall not be impaired even when the privilege of the right of habeas corpus is suspended. Excessive bail shall not be required. Section number 14, number 1. No person shall be held to answer for a criminal offense without due process of law. Number 2. In all criminal prosecution, the accused shall be presumed innocent until the contrary is provided, and shall enjoy the right to be heard by himself and counsel, to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation against him, to have a speedy, impartial, and public threat, to meet the witness face to face, and to have compulsory process to secure the attendance of witness and the production of evidence in his behalf. However, after arrangement, trade may proceed notwithstanding the absence of the accused, provided that he has been duly notified and his failure to appear is adjustable. Section number 15. The privilege of the right of habeas corpus shall not be suspended except in case of invasion or rebellion when the public safety requires it. Section number 16. All persons shall have the right to a speedy disposition of their case before all judicial, judicial or administrative bodies. Section number 17. No person shall be complied to be a witness against himself. Section number 18. No person shall be detained solely by reason of his political beliefs and aspiration. Number 2. Involuntary servitude in any form shall exist except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. Section number 19. Number 1. Excessive fines shall not be imposed, not cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment inflicted, neither shall death penalty be imposed unless or compiling reasons involving heinous crimes. The Congress hereafter provides of it. Any death penalty already imposed shall be reduced to reclusion perpetuum. Number 2. The implement of physical psychological, or degrading punishment against any prisoner or detainee, or the use of substandard or indicate penal facilities under subhuman conditions shall be dealt with by law. Section number 20. No person shall be imprisoned for debt or non-payment of a poll tax. Section number 21. No person shall be twice put in jeopardy of punishment for the same offense if an act is punished by a law and an ordinance conviction a quittal under either shall constitute a bar to another prosecution for the same act. Section number 22. No ex post facto law or will of attainder shall be enacted.